Hi everyone. Today's lesson is about present perfect, and we're going to learn about their common uses of the tense and the structures, the affirmative, negative, and interrogative form. When do we use present perfect? Well, the most common uses of the tense is to talk about past experiences, also to express actions that happened in the past, but that have consequences still in the present. And the third use is to express things where the time is really not important. For example, we have for past experiences, I have been to the US. It's just experience. It happened in the past, but still we know it in the present. And actions that happen in the past and that has a consequence in the present. For example, if you have a test today, I have studied for my test. You can express it like that. Also, the third use is to express things where the time is really not important. The example is, he has had breakfast. When? It doesn't matter for the example. The structures. Well, as you may imagine, present perfect is not really a present tense, but in fact, it is a past tense. But we will know that this tense, it's a two verb form. Why? Because we need an auxiliary verb and a main verb. Well, the affirmative sentences. We can build sentences with the subject first, and we can, for example, use either a noun or a subject pronoun. For this case, we can use I, and we can use another like she. And then we use an auxiliary verb. Our auxiliary verb for present perfect is the verb have. And it has to be in present. When we use subjects like I, you, we, and they, our auxiliary verb is have. But for the cases like she, he, and it, it's has. Remember that in the present, the verb have has two forms, depending on the subject. And then, what do we need? A main verb. But this main verb, it's in past participle. For example, we have I have been. It's the past participle of the verb to be, and then we need a subject. I've been to the US. And then another for she has. Another verb in past participle can be done. And then the object. She has done her homework. And since it's an affirmative sentence, we just need a period at the end. What about the negative? Well, it's kind of the same structure, but we need a negative word. In this case, we're going to start with the subject again. The verb, the auxiliary verb in present. Have or she has. This rule doesn't change. And then we need the negative word, not. Right after the auxiliary verb. And then our main verb still in past participle. She has not. The past participle of the verb do. And the object. She has not done her homework. But what happened here? Remember that there are contractions. This is to speak a little faster. And the contraction for have not, it's haven't. Have plus not, haven't. Remember? And then the contraction for has not, is, hasn't. It's hasn't. So we can use the contraction instead of these two words. Now, let's go to the interrogative form. The interrogative form is simple. We're going to use a simple inversion of the first two words, where the auxiliary takes the first place and the subject takes the second place. How? Well, taking our two examples, what do we have first? The auxiliary. Remember, the auxiliary takes the first place in the sentence, in this case, have, or in the second sentence, has. And then, what do we need? The subject. Have, I, has, she, and then our main verb in the past participle. Been, our object, to the es. And since it's a question, what do we need at the end? Our question mark. And then in the second example, has, she, our main verb in the past participle. It's done. And the object, her homework. And question mark. You see? So let's recap. The structures of the present perfect are like this. We always start our sentences with the subject, and then the auxiliary verb in the present tense, our main verb in the past participle, and the object or complement of the sentence. Then in the negative, we need the subject first, our auxiliary verb in the present, the negative word not, the main verb in past participle, and the object. And remember that for the negative we can use contractions, haven't or hasn't. And in the interrogative way, we use a simple inversion of the first two words, where the auxiliary verb takes the first place and the subject the second place. Have I, has she. And then the main verb in past participle. And let's remember, when do we use it? It's not exactly for a present tense. It's something that happened in the past, like past experiences. Also for actions that happen in the past but have consequences in the present. And also to express things where really we don't care about the time. So I hope this was clear, and let's do a little extra exercise in the future. Thank you so much.